So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Craig Sosa. We've heard a lot of great presentations today. Mine is the exception. So let's get started. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a Mexican-American, half Mexican, half white. Second generation. Handsome in the right lighting. Maybe look at dark movie theater. It would be the more appropriate setting. I went to Bard High School, early college, but I graduated sort of late. I'm studying chemical engineering here at City College. My future prospects are high. I'm also single and really single. So a lot of people ask me, what does NOAA stand for? I mean, they know what we do, but they don't really know what the acronym stands for. And, you know, of course I tell them, NOAA stands for National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Yeah, so I had that there. So this is what NOAA does, primarily atmospheric sciences and oceanic research. And I primarily focus on atmospheric sciences. I work with Dr. Barry Gross in the electrical engineering department. He's a great mentor, incredibly smart, extremely helpful. He also loves cranberry Snapple. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Hollings Scholarship now. This is actually the orientation in Washington. This is from the Hollings, we're the Hollings class of 2012. That's me right there. That's the most amazing picture anyone had ever taken of me. Hey. So the Hollings has a mission, and the first one is to increase undergraduate training in oceanic and atmospheric science, research technology and education, and foster multidisciplinary training opportunities. So we want to get people like you who are interested in environmental sciences, maybe, you know, to come and work for, you know, possibly NOAA in the future. You know, so those last 2 points were pretty impressive. So, but I've also included some Hollings testimonials here. Somebody said, "I wish Hollings was around when I was still alive." That was actually from Albert Einstein's Twitter feed. And somebody else said, "I think Hollings is really the key to a brighter future." And that was actually a random guy I met 5 minutes ago. So here are some of the requirements for Hollings. I need to be a sophomore at a 4-year institution, U.S. citizen, obviously, 12-3. Pursuing a STEM degree, that's critical. You get an $8,000 per academic year for 2 years, for your junior and senior year. You get a summer research stipend, $6,500 for the summer. And you're advised by the top researchers at NOAA, which is really invaluable. Also, obviously, the institution you should be going to should be accredited, right? You can't go to Kool-Aid University. I was actually not accepted there. Yeah, they didn't take me, but they did take my identity. So this is what I'm going to be working on over the summer. I'm going to be working on at the Earth Systems Research Lab in Colorado. I'm going to be doing renewable energy siting. And some of you might be asking, well, why do we need renewables? But I think the most appropriate question to ask is, why can't we afford to maintain the current energy infrastructure? The most obvious answer to that question is global warming. So long as we continue to burn for energy, i.e. release CO2, average global temperatures are going to continue to rise. Fox News might have you believe that we can just change from Fahrenheit to Celsius and then 63 degrees cooler immediately. Right? We can also expect extreme changes in weather patterns. Water levels are projected to rise by 3 feet in the next 100 years. And who needs to be concerned? Well, obviously everyone should be concerned, but coastal communities especially. I'm most concerned about meerkats. They're like 3 feet tall. So I mean, they'll barely be able to, you know, keep their head above water. We're gonna have to provide them with snorkeling devices. And, you know, we can imagine like, oh, we'll have to provide them for squirrels and badgers and Warwick Davis. We'll have, you know, eventually we'll have to build like another ark, and we can't ask NOAA to do it because he's been dead for 5 million years. So you know, we're gonna have to build it ourselves. Again. So the four primary renewable, sources of renewable energy right now are wind, solar, geothermal, biomass. So as I said before, we need to be moving from current forms of energy to renewables. Currently, renewables can only serve to supplement the energy grid. They only represent a small percentage of power production. Here's a quote: nearly 90% of all states in the continental United States have above average resource potential for at least one of the four major resources, and almost 60% have above average potential for two or more resources. So that tells me that we're not really exploiting renewable energies as much as we need to be. So one of the questions we ask is where we're going to put these renewable energy sources on such a large scale. Well, we can't deforest; that would be completely counterproductive. Maybe in a desert. But we want to really go after a location that nobody really cares about. Maybe we get Boston. So this is actually what I'm going to be working on over the summer. This map was provided by the National Renewable Energies Lab. It's around the ESRL in Colorado. So as you can see here, this is a map of solar prevalence or solar radiation throughout the United States. You can see that the lower western part of the United States has the most solar radiation. This is a average between 1998 to 2005, so we can see that there's highly concentrated radiation there. So that might be a good place to put solar panels. And you'll notice at the bottom here, there's like that's where I'm from in Mexico. And I'm assuming that's why I'm so pale, because there's no solar radiation right there. Concluding, just be inspired to take risks. If I, hadn't taken the risks that I did when I was your age, when I was in high school, I probably wouldn't be so rich and handsome as I am today. And if you have any questions, just, shoot me an email or just come talk to me afterwards. So, thank you very much.